of Just In Case with me, Justine Arvias. I usually do song covers on this channel, but today I wanted to talk about something which I feel is very effective for me and which I think is something that could be relatable to a lot of people. Nowadays, especially with everything that's been going on, we've been dealing with our own sets of problems, from dealing with online classes. Some of us may be working from home. A lot of us are going through this huge change of lifestyle, and just thinking about the health, the well-being, and the safety of our loved ones. Those are definitely things that stress us out. I'm not an expert or anything. Of course, these are just a couple of things that personally I find effective, and a couple of things that I was able to try and they work for me. I've searched them online, and I will be placing links in the description below to more information on where you can find articles on diffusing anxiety and just dealing with negative thoughts in general. So here are 5 tips on dealing with anxious and negative thoughts, just in case you need them. Number 1, name it. So imagine your anxious and your negative thoughts as a separate entity from yourself. So you can do this by naming it something. So in my case, I oftentimes name these thoughts as Negamind. So whenever I start to have anxious and negative thoughts, I tell myself, oh, here comes Negamind again, telling me that I'm not good enough, or here comes Negamind again, telling me that things won't work out the way that I want them to. And by doing so, I'm able to acknowledge the fact that Negamind is something separate and something that's external from me, and eventually something that I can overcome or control. Tip number 2, goodbye or nah. I am quite thrifty with what I spend my money on, and this comes in handy especially when dealing with anxious and negative thoughts. So imagine yourself going through a store or purchasing things online, and imagine that your anxious and negative thoughts are products placed on shelves, and these are labeled from your insecurities, your doubts, your worries, and so on. Before adding these items to cart and before purchasing these things, ask yourselves the following questions. Number 1, is this something that is worth my time and money? Would I actually invest my time and money in something like this? What benefits could I get from these products? Are these products or these things something that could help me in the future or not? And by asking yourselves the following questions, you will be able to clearly decipher whether you want to entertain these thoughts or not. Tip number 3, half empty to half full point of view. Oftentimes, when we are overwhelmed with anxious and negative thoughts, we view this glass as half empty. However, it would really change our worlds if we shifted our perspective from half empty to half full. Instead of focusing on what is lacking, try to focus on what is already gained. You can shift your energy to thinking about what you can do instead of what you can't do. It definitely takes a lot of strength and courage to admit to yourself that sometimes you need to see things from a different angle and from a different perspective. Number 4, deal with the radio. So our anxious and negative thoughts can be like songs being played on the radio that we may not like. So imagine yourselves in the front seat or in the back seat of someone else's car. Now the driver is playing a song which you find is annoying, it's kind of bothersome, and generally you don't like it. And you are in no position to ask the driver to turn it down. But what can you do? Well, you can sit there unbothered and just sit through the ride, because these songs or these negative thoughts may be annoying and you may not like to hear them, but they cannot directly affect you if you don't allow them to. You'd be surprised with the amount of willpower that you actually have to sit through situations that make you uncomfortable. Last but not least, tip number 5, attitude for gratitude. Studies show that it takes approximately 3 weeks of repetitive and constant action to make something into a habit. So being a negative thinker and just being someone like me who oftentimes likes to enjoy, I don't enjoy it, but likes to swim around and bathe in negative thoughts is a bad habit that we can actually break by introducing good habits. By starting a gratitude journal wherein you write at least 5 things that you're grateful for every single day for at least 3 weeks, you will be able to build a habit of gratitude. You can write about anything that you're grateful for, from even the most simple things like having steady Wi-Fi connection in the middle of an online exam, or just having food to eat, being able to sleep well and not having a bad dream the night before. Anything that you're grateful for. In my case, I find this very effective because when these negative and anxious thoughts start kicking in, all I do is I go back to my gratitude journal and I read what I've been grateful for the past few weeks, and somehow this redirects my energy from being stressed, anxious, and worried to being grateful. Of course, everything that I've said here today is easier said than done, but with the courage to start and by realizing that we deserve to be the happiest and the best versions of ourselves, we can somehow deal and cope with these anxious and negative thoughts in the right way. It's also of utmost importance to remember the role that society and the people around us play in helping us in this journey to achieve these goals. So whenever we encounter friends or even strangers or people that come up to us and tell us that they've been struggling with the same things and struggling with anxious and negative thoughts, it would definitely help to just be there and support them in whatever way that we can, and maybe share these tips with them. So those were 5 tips on dealing with anxious and negative thoughts, just in case you need them. If you like what I've shared here today, please don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell to get new notifs whenever I post new videos. Let's have a conversation. Please comment down below what are your personal tips on dealing with anxious and negative thoughts, and just share whatever it is that you want to share. Thanks for watching, and remember that sunny days are a state of mind. Bye!